a very warm welcome to you. I'm Hayley Palmer. Really good to have you here with me on the Memory Lane 80s show this evening, especially as we are joined by a very special guest. It's the queen of rock and roll. Yes, it's Suzi Quatro, and we'll be catching up with her after this. on the show. How are you?
How is anybody? The new normal is not, nobody ever says, great. Everybody goes, okay. No, but I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I've been so creative. I've used the lockdown. I haven't let the lockdown use me. I've used it.
That's a really good way of putting it. And I think for a lot of artists, it's been kind of that point where the tours have been cancelled. I mean, I know you had over 100 cancelled, didn't you? But you're right. It's that time where you can just get really creative. And I think that's what you've got to do, isn't it?
Well, if you can't change something, which nobody has any control over this, so you just got to live with it. I'm a glass half full person, and as soon as the lockdown came, I said to my son, okay, we were both going to be on the road with our separate things, and the company took up the option for the next album, so I said, now we have the time. So I've been so creative. I wrote and released a book, wrote and recorded the entire album. I'm working on the next album now. So my way through is to continue what I do, which is communicate, create, and entertain. And however I can do that without the shows, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, we absolutely love that. And I'm trying to do the same, Suzi. It's hard times, but you're right. You've got to keep busy and keep the positivity. So we love that. And I know you weren't very well at one point, weren't you?
Oh, I got COVID. When did I get COVID? November. And funny thing is I managed to go to Europe to see my husband because he lives in Hamburg and I live here. I went there like 3 or 4 times when it was all eased up. He came here a couple times. Then I came home. And I got COVID in my house.
God.
Nuts.
Just unbelievable.
We have a 12-year-old grandson. He's Foster's grandson. And he had it from school. Nobody knew it because he didn't show symptoms. So, of course, he had given it to my daughter. Everybody came here for one last lockdown dinner before it all began again. And around it went, So, but I'm fine now. I didn't have it that.
But you're good now. Yeah, you're looking fantastic now. That's the main thing. Well, we're going to play out the first track, 48 Crash, and Suzi and I will see you after this.
And when you say it, it's so grand, it's a
Welcome back to the Memory Lane 80s show on Spotlight TV. We are so honoured to have Suzi Quatro with us on the show this evening. I'll be catching up more with her after this.
The band we have tonight has only been in the area since the Seattle Teen Spectacular, but they're so big that they're just about the hottest thing around right now. They have an advantage over other groups because they not only play so well, but they look so fine. The Pleasure Seekers.
Suzi, I want to rewind because I want to know how it all started. Now, you came from a musical family, didn't you?
I did. It's nothing unusual in my family to play 2 or 3 instruments. I started on bongos, and then took classical piano for many years. So I read and write piano. Then I went into percussion, and I was first chair in the orchestra, which was great. So I read and write percussion and play. And then I taught myself bass at 14. Yes, very musical family, absolutely.
Yeah, and it all kind of began with an all-girl band with your elder sister Patty, didn't it?
Yes, my one older sister, because there's 5 of us. We were watching the Beatles on television, and we all got on the phone with 2 other sisters that are friends of ours and another girl down the road, and we decided, or my sister said, why don't we form an all-girl band? She was the one that said it, and everybody, yeah. And it was more important to her being all girls than it was to me. I didn't really care. I just thought it would be great to be in a band.
Yes, how fabulous. And you were offered a solo contract though, weren't you? I mean, you came over to England. What was it to feel like that coming over to England? Was it quite daunting? Because you were quite young, weren't you?
I was, but don't forget, I've been in bands now. I've been in the business since 1964. I'm now in my 57th year.
Wow, that's incredible.
Incredible. So the band went, and then the original band turned into another band, and instead of being the front person all the time, I was kind of put back a bit so my younger sister could come in and learn how to be a front person. And so I became more of the bass player, and this is the band that 2 record companies saw me in, a little bit at the back, and they both, within a week of each other, offered me a solo contract. Now, Elektra Records said to me, we don't want the band, we want you. We'd like to put a male band around you and make you into the next Janis Joplin. Mickey Most came to me and he said, we don't want the band, I only want you. I'd like to take you to England and make you the first Suzi Quatro.
Wow. And you've just had a wonderful life and a wonderful career. I mean, like you say, you celebrated 50 years as a professional. And I love your famous quote, Suzi. I'll retire when I go on stage, shake my ass, and there's is silence. That is brilliant.
I said it when I was in my 30s. And now, believe me, when I turn and I shake, I'm going, oh, come on, but it hasn't happened yet. So I'm still okay, that area.
Exactly, but you've worked so hard. You don't want to give up now.
No.
No,
it's not my nature. I've got so much to say. Look, I'm just putting out a new album that everybody's going ballistic about. Yeah. I got lots of gigs in the book. I'm playing the Royal Albert Hall, 2020, 22. Come on. You spend a lifetime going to get at what you do, and then people always saying you should stop. I'm sorry. I'll stop when I want to stop.
I'm with you there. Now we're going to play out All Shook Up. Now, am I right in saying that Elvis commented that this was the best version since the original? And Elvis was your hero, wasn't he?
He was. I saw him at 5.5 years old on the same TV show that we were watching, the Beatles, that formed the band. I was 5.5. He came out, he was doing Don't Be Cruel. My elder sister by 9 years started to scream. And I'm only little, and I looked at her, and I actually said, why are you screaming? And then I looked in the TV, and I went in, like hypnotized into it. And I had a little light bulb moment at 5.5 years old. I'm going to do that.
You just knew. Yeah.
I knew. Yeah, I knew.
Yeah, I love those light bulb moments. I mean, most people get them later on in their lives, but for you to get it that early, I mean, that's brilliant that you knew what you wanted to do from such an early age.
I got it really early.
Yeah.
And I didn't even consider the fact that he was a guy and I was a girl.
No, you just...
I don't do gender. I really don't do gender.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're going to play out the video, Suzi, and we'll see you after this. Now, Suzi, really exciting. I know that your single is out. The Devil in Me. It's had amazing feedback already, hasn't it?
It's been incredible. I've been doing, all these interviews, and it's nice that I don't have to blow my own horn because everybody's blowing it for me. Honest to God.
Quite rightly.
Yeah, it's like huge album, your best work, this, that. I'm going, wow. It's so nice because we have worked very hard on it, and we had a high benchmark after No Control, our first album together, my son and I, and everybody loved it, and the critics went nuts. So that was a benchmark, and we've blown it out of the water. I don't know how. I don't know how, but we've done it.
But your son and you're like a really good team working together, aren't you?
Yes, and we didn't know, that this was going to be this successful. He always wanted to write with me, and he finally came to me and said he needed to write then, and then we did No Control, and we found our feet with that. And this one, we decided had to be my best work yet.
Yeah.
And I do think we've accomplished that.
You really have. Well, we're going to play it out on the show. Really exciting. Here is The Devil in Me, Suzi Quatro. You're going to love this. See you after.
I'm no hero, marks on my soul. I made mistakes, I've been down that black hole. Ow! Mama always told me, if you go astray, listen to your heartbeat, it will pave the way. Will the angels guard the devil in me? Will they shine their light so I can see? Will the angels guard that devil in me? Saint or sinner, there ain't no truth when your halo sticks. It becomes a noose. Ow! My papa always warned me, whenever evil's around, you gotta take the high road, or baby you might drown. Will the angels guard that devil in me? Will they shine their light so I can see? Will the angels guard that devil in me? Mama always told me the angels will guard me. Mama always told me the devil won't get me. Mama always told me the angels will guard me. Mama always told me the devil won't get me. Wow! Will the angels guard that devil in me? And will they shine their light so I can see? Will the angels guard that devil in me? All right. Mama always told me. Mama always told me.
Now, we've got a question from one of our lovely viewers, Mary. She wants to know, what was it like to see those other bands that followed, that were influenced by you, like the Runaways, Joan Jett and the Go-Go's?
Well, that was going to happen. My God Almighty.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, my whole reason for doing it would have been worthless. To be honest, if you watch Suzi Q, the documentary, it's all explored in there. But I didn't know I was kicking down the door, but kicking down the door I did. And the reason I kicked down the door is because I didn't see the door.
Yeah.
But of course people are going to follow after me, as they should. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, so somebody had to be the first, and it was you, Suzi.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'll take it to my grave that I opened the door for women in rock. Fantastic. That's humbling, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Love that. Well, we're going to play out My Heart and Soul. Now, this was actually your Christmas song. It's not Christmas, but we love the song so much we want to play it here. Again, you wrote this with your son Richard, didn't you?
I did. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't even have to be played at Christmas. And everybody has said that. All you're saying is, I need you home for Christmas. Yeah, that could be in June, you know, just get home. Yes, I was sitting on the patio. We were writing for the album, and I was working like I like to work acoustically. He was in the little studio, and he left the door open, and this track came out. And I really just went, what? And it hit me in my heart.
Yeah, straight away you knew.
Yeah. I've been apart from my husband for 2.5 months. And I immediately, as soon as it hit me in the heart, as a writer, I shut my brain off. I knew something was happening. I just didn't think. Don't think. So I just walked out to the studio. My son said, what do you want? I said, what's that? He said, something I'm working. I said, put it on. Switch on the mic. Give me the headphones. And I sang the first 4 lines exactly as they appear on the record. Don't ask me where it came from.
Wow, that's when you know it's a good song. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And so much so, it's such a beautiful song that, and I sang it in such an unusual way. I've never used that voice before. It awakened the Detroit in me. When I went to put the vocal down properly after we recorded, all the instruments are on, the strings are on, backing vocals are on. I'm ready to put, the icing on the cake, my vocal. And my son stopped the machine right in the middle of my vocal. I said, what are you doing? He said, you're not doing it. I said, what do you mean I'm not doing it? And he said, Mom, listen to the demo. So they put the demo on the headphones, and I went, wow. And it really was a case of not thinking. I guess I was standing in the studio being Suzi Quatro, putting the lead vocal on a track. But when I went into the studio outside, I was... God knows who I was. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't thinking, and I was just singing. And so I got back into that frame of mind, and it's a beautiful vocal. But good of him to point it out. I wouldn't have known it had he not pointed it out.
Wow, you're definitely a good team, you two. I mean, it's funny how suddenly your son kind of just knows, doesn't he? And like you've taught him everything, and now he's sort of teaching you.
I know. I am now seeing myself as an artist through my son's eyes, which is actually quite empowering. It's great. It's lit my fire all over again. I'm like this, whoa.
Well, it's just beautiful. We're going to play out the song and see you in a couple of minutes. Suzi, I'm really excited to talk about your new album. Again, it's called The Devil in Me. It's out on March the 26th. Again, you worked with your son, Richard, on this. And I know you're very proud of this, aren't you? I mean, I think you have said it is your best album in your career to date.
It feels like it. And a lot of people have said why. But everybody's agreeing with me anyway. Everybody's saying that to me, even before I say it. I guess it's a combination of my son growing up with me, and so watching Suzi Quatro since a little boy. It's in his DNA, so he has this vision of me, and he's only 36, so he brings that to the table, this youth. I'm 70, and he wants to do this for me. He keeps saying to me, I don't want anything from this. I know what music you should be doing. He's very certain of it, so you've got all that great, and I didn't know he was so talented. He never showed it. Never showed it to me. He didn't. He kept it really hidden. And then all of a sudden I'm going, wow, okay, you're grounded. You're grounded.
Yeah, but it's just a fabulous album. There's 12 tracks on there, isn't there? Which one's your favourite on there?
You can't say. It's impossible. Obviously, my heart and soul is real emotional for me. I love Motor City Riders. It's an anthem to my hometown. Love The Devil in Me. I love Betty Who. I love Get Out of Jail. I love it all.
We need to check these out. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to put details on the screen below of how you could get hold of the album. We're going to play out Heartstone now for Mandy, one of our viewers. I know she loves this song. She says, you look so amazing in your leather suit in this video, which you do, Suzi. I'm very jealous. So we're going to play out this song and we'll see you after this.
Well, I gambled, played the game, took my chances once again. Guess I'm always a fool for love when I'm feeling lonely. And I know he'll cause me pain, but I need him just the same. 'Cause I ain't got the strength to say no when the nights are colder. Another heart made
Oh, Suzi, it's been such a pleasure and an honour to have you on today's show. Now, just to remind everyone, the single is out, The Devil and Me. The album's out on March the 26th. The Royal Albert Hall, that's for 2022, isn't it?
Yeah, April 20th, 2022, yes. I am the devil in me this week.
Well, Suzi, it's been just fabulous catching up with you, playing out all your hits. It's been a real treat for our viewers, especially as lockdown. We need cheering up, so this is just the ticket. So thank you so much. It's Suzi Quatro, everyone.
Yay!
Oh, we've now come to the end of the show, but what an honour to have the wonderful Suzi Quatro with us on tonight's show. An absolute treat. And thank you so much to you at home for supporting the show every single week. It's really appreciated. Now, I will see you same time, same place next week. Remember, you can get in contact. Details are on the screen below. I'm Hayley Palmer. We're going to leave you with some more Suzi Quatro, and I will see you then.
Hey, Suzi, it was fantastic. I think we got it.
I can do better.
So let's take it from the top again.
Go for it.